Adrian Talens, feel welcome. Adrian, I'm gonna invite you to a Discord channel, okay? And I'm gonna interview with a few questions about your songs. Hi, it's Thomas Middleditch.
Hey, how's it going?
Adrian Talens.
That is I.
Adrian Talens, thank you for joining me. We're live on. Hold on, let me bump up the volume here for you. Yeah, we're live. We're live. Are you you're not nervous to be on the mic because you're a goddamn musician.
No, hi rats, hi babies, hi sweeties.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Adrian, I have questions, man. You're from Canada.com or Canada.ca?
Canada.ca.org.
Are you from Canada.bc.gov?
The official BC Gov, yeah.
Vancouver. Oh, Vancouver. Okay. You know I'm from
born
Nelson.
in Winnipeg.
Oh, home of the Winnipeg Jets.
That's right, yeah. But I eventually came here to Vancouver.
One of my favorite songs of all time is a song about your hometown. It's One Great City, but the chorus goes, "I hate Winnipeg." Do you know that one?
No, I don't.
Look up the Weaker Than's One Great City.
Didn't know that was about.
Oh, it's beautiful. If you like a nice sad boy song, BOI, you're gonna love it. Adrian, I'd like to interview you. Okay.
Okay.
How long have you been musicianing, and is classical guitar your primary medium?
I've been musicianing since the year 2000. That's when my parents gave me my first musical instrument, which was an electric guitar.
Okay.
And around that time, I was a very angsty teen. I would just lock myself in my room, play guitar, play like really shitty guitar solos because it was bad for the first 2 years. And then went to school for a little while and eventually went into a classical music program. That's where I kind of studied more guitar as my main instrument, but also music theory and some other instruments and everything like that. And it wasn't till 2014 where I got my first kind of big music gig, which was Polybridge.
Yeah, that's coming into my next question. How are you a gamer? How did you get connected with the devs? They're in frickin' New Zealand. So what?
They are. Yeah.
What happened? What happened to you, man?
So around that time, maybe like a year or so before then, me and my band broke up. We were kind of like this group that we were trying to. We always thought that we'd write a big hit, and that's how we'd make it.
What was the genre?
Kind of thing.
What was the genre in the band? Punk, ska,
all over the place, but we were a mix of.
Good, keep them guessing. Like Ween
and
Tenacious I love Weezer.
Maybe.
Oh, okay. I don't like comedy songs. I know that's kind of sacrilegious for me to say, but I love Weezer though. I was singing them today in the garage, in my garage where I feel safe. No one cares about my ways. You know, that's a jammer.
Yeah, that's a jam. Yeah. If you're into Weezer, you might like this one. It's yeah. Okay, I'll throw this in there.
Yeah. Oh, because of course
the last song we made before we broke up.
Oh. All right. Here. Well, let's see.
This is also the last recorded track I've sang on, and I was playing guitar on it too. So that's
okay. I'm actually pressing play.
That's something.
I'll give a teaser for the thing, but we won't listen to the whole jam just yet because we have more questions. Hold on. Oh yeah. Hard Weezer vibes. And then also, who's the guy that who's the band that is Closing Time?
Right, Semisonic.
Oh, yeah, got some Semisonic in there.
Every time we go to the beach, I know we're gonna have a hell of a good time.
Yeah.
Summer pop.
All right. Okay, banging. Okay, slamming. All right. Well, we want to. I just wanted to taste a teaser for the chat for the stream, so they knew what they were getting into. All right. So you're sad, you're depressed. The Pleasure Dome, they broke up. The other guys in the band were like, Adrian, you fucking changed, man. You said this would be forever. And you're like, dude, I have to pursue this other thing. I'm going to Kipsalon. No, that's the bridge. I'm going to UBC, and I'm in the fucking classical music program. And what happens? How do you get connected with the Polybridge devs?
First of all, that was pretty good, and I think if there's ever a documentary on it, you should play me. Very different because I'm like Filipino Canadian, but I think you took the role really well.
No, I'll play your best friend that feels super betrayed because because you guys spat in when you guys instead of doing the spit into the hands and shake when you're like, this band is forever, you're like, you decided to spit into each other's mouths. That's what happens if I write the movie. Okay,
it's just music business.
Yeah, that's how the music business goes.
That's how it really works. Yeah.
All right.
For a while, I was doing some door-to-door marketing sales because I needed to pay student loans, and I thought that was going to be kind of almost my career path. And
weird.
Training people, and I was managing, it was very like office environment, but also kind of door-to-door sales type thing for a internet company. And so it didn't work out, and I know I had to leave that job, so it's kind of like having a quarter-life crisis. So at that point, I kind of had this idea of pursuing music again, but also had the idea of, because I played video games as a kid, Super Nintendo, NES, everything like that, it's something I never really pursued. So I knew I had, if I was smart about it, I knew I had about 6 months where I could, just live with my family and try to see it, make it work if I could build up a sort of portfolio, not necessarily going all in with nothing, but, making a calculated sort of risk in my career there. So I did that. And for the first maybe like 4 or 5 months, I was just writing some random music bits on SoundCloud. So there was this forum for indie game developers that I found. It's called TIG Source, TIG Source.
Oh, this is, you know what? Actually, this was mainly why I wanted to ask these questions, just in case, I got a lot of artsy, creative folks here, and these artsy types. So in case anyone,
I'm always happy to help and spread, information and spread knowledge,
It's TIG Source. What was that one more time?
TIG Source.
Okay.
I'm sure it'll be the first hit on Google.
Okay.
So I don't know how active it is now, but my path was, there was a portfolio section in like the forums there, and I posted my SoundCloud there. So one day I got an email from Patrick, the lead developer of Polybridge. And at the time, the game was just a demo. There was no sound, there's no music. So I played the demo, and he said they were looking for a sound designer and a composer.
Wow!
And
so they just found you.
Yeah, they just found me. Yeah,
did they find you? Like, did they find a specific song? And was your song tagged like acoustic, folk, classical, or anything like that?
Actually, I didn't even have any acoustic stuff yet. But I think that was okay because at the time they didn't necessarily know what musical direction they wanted to go yet.
Okay.
Most of my stuff there was electronic music, but
wow.
So they haven't at that point really hired me yet. They're shortlisting a lot of people. They just want to see who's out there, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I played their demo, and what I did was I did a screen capture, and I captured my gameplay, and then I put that into a video editor, and I basically had some music and some sound design. I spent maybe like an hour putting a mock-up of sound design together so they could kind of see the direction. So the thing is, the very first track on that album, in the soundtrack, Under Construction,
I believe I have it right here.
2009, and I actually didn't change much. But when I dropped that in the video editor, I was like, wow, it just really fit, and that kind of set the tone for the direction. Actually, that track, so I had a singer-songwriter kind of phase in 2009, and that track actually originally had my vocals over it.
Oh my God!
And
were you going, build
emo...
that bridge, y'all? You've probably got a Discord channel for unreleased demo tracks. Should you ever need a home?
Tom, do you prefer Thomas?
If you got time for Thomas, I'll take it, but I don't mind if you call Tom. I really don't care.
So Thomas, one day I want to get back into streaming and playing music, playing live music from Polybridge, and maybe one day I'll release the embarrassing vocal mix that thinks about that.
Yeah, that's great. So
watching your streams is actually inspiring me to, because I see your community, and everyone is just so awesome being part of this community.
Aw, man, that's great.
I feel it on this side.
Oh, that's really sweet. I feel it too. I feel very lucky and fortunate that for some reason we've sort of stuck a beacon in the internet to say like sweeties and funnies and just niceys, come over here, as opposed to there's there's so many different folds of the internet, and I'm glad it's this fold. I'm glad the rats are this fold.
I totally know what you mean.
Yeah. So I appreciate that. That was cultivated, but only aspired to have. So I really thanks, man. So you just had demos up, and they sought you out.
Yeah, I sent the video back to them, and my thought process was instead of sending them the assets, and they would have to spend time, hooking up all the sounds that I sent them to see it in game. If I sent them this mock-up video of the music and sound all together ready, it's easier for them as a developer to just see if they'd want to go with me. And so I sent them that. A couple weeks passed, and then they're shortlisting people, and they like my direction, but they'll get back to me later. And then another week passed, and then they said, yeah, we think you're the person for the job, so we're going to send you an agreement to look over, and if it's good to go, then we start discussing financial stuff, compensation and everything. And that was basically my first jump into making music and sound design for games, and I've been doing it ever since.
Oh, really? So this is, wait, what are we outside of the Polybridge franchise, the behemoth of indie gaming? What else can we hear you on?
I did a lot of cool projects. There's a mobile game. So do you know Cartoon Network? They did the Steven Universe, their Steven Universe cartoon. So I did the music for one of their mobile games for
Steven Universe?
Dreamland Arcade. Steven Universe, yeah.
Stream?
Oh,
that's
so I did
cool.
music for that.
That's pretty.
I did a bunch of VR games. I did a lot of music and sound design for.
Oh man! So this is like that. What a fun. It's like when you've actually just described a very typical kind of story for, I don't want to say obscure occupation, just like a very specific occupation, like music design for video games. You go like, if there's anyone, because there's some young people in this chat, like, maybe even still in high school and stuff, if I'm in Nelson, British Columbia, which is where I grew up, and I'm going to my fucking guidance counselor being like, how do I do this? Like, there's no, what you described is like the perfect example of like, there's no algorithm to do it. You just create, do, like, I mean, you were brokenhearted over the pleasure domes, and you just sort of like spend a year gaming and just making music and then uploading on this random fucking site that I've never even heard of, and then an indie game developer from New Zealand reached out to you. Yeah. It's to show, I think it very much I have stories like this too, but I'd like to use yours instead. It just illustrates the serendipity that is involved in creative pursuit. But you wouldn't have bumped into that serendipity if you weren't producing and making stuff and putting it on Tig Nogero's music website or whatever the fuck that.
Tig Source.
Yeah, Tig Source. That wouldn't, So I think that's a really neat thing. So well done.
Yeah, that's. I mean, you've kind of heard the people talk about some people just get lucky, and then there's the idea also.
No,
of
I don't believe in luck, but keep going.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you as well. Luck is kind of, it's, you're preparing yourself enough so when those opportunities come, then you're actually able to take it on. Actually, yeah, Jared.
Well, actually, I was just looking at that Jared's quote
chat.
too. Jared, you should in chat. Where's that quote from? That's a good one.
It's a good one. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Bingo, bongo.
All right. I think you're getting a lot of love from the chat. So
I haven't been able to focus on talking and also read the chat, but I'll be jumping back in chat there. So
yeah, it's okay. You're a prized member of the community. So thank you
for summoning me.
And as quickly as you are summoned, you must be gone. Away, Adrian Talens! Away! All right, later, dude. It's a good lesson. Not a lesson. Well, it's not. I'm not your actual dad. It's a good reminder when you are in the pursuit of. Let's just broaden this out. When you are in this pursuit of financial compensation for the thing you really like doing, because I don't even want to call it art or entertainment or whatever. To get money for doing something that you really love. And that could be taxes. No judgment. A lot of the time, that could be tricky. So all you have to make sure to do is and it may not be full-time, it just may be a little thing, or it just may be enough encouragement for you to keep doing it gratis. You just have to do the thing you love. And the thing that you're good at doing, and the thing that you're going to get better at doing it. And you have to share what you're good at doing. You have to share it. If you're good at something and you just keep it for yourself, no one's going to know about it. And that element of serendipity will never happen. Listen to Adrian's story. If he wasn't producing music and putting it up online and stuff, the indie game developer giant who did Polybridge would never have seen his stuff. So these are good stuff. These are good little lessons, little trinkets. All right.